we got Pac-Man. Okay, so the character with the DLC F smash, we joke about this all the time, but Pac-Man's F smash is dumb strong.
Maybe Colinies knew that Wise was the Pac-Man player and opted to go for Wolf. This is actually a pretty decent matchup for Wolf. I mean, it can be a little frustrating, especially online. I mean, it is Pac-Man.
Just being able to throw out that laser, shut things down. You have the quick nair to kind of really just force Pac-Man and shield. But the thing about playing against Pac-Man is just like you can play into the matchup, but really you have to play to the player. Like, what are their traps? What are their setups? Like, how do I deal with this? And one of the best ways is to shut down things like that Galaga, because that's really where most of the damage is going to come from.
Yeah, especially early on, it can be really dangerous. Around late percents, that's where we see that, you know, that bell that seems to catch a lot of people slipping, especially on Wi-Fi. But right now, Colonies, just with this control right now, Wise having a hard time getting back on stage, was able to find the hydrant coming out, but that back air just gonna take it away. I think that's a really important thing in this matchup, is knowing how to deal with hydrant, because a lot of Pac-Man players don't let you hit it to try and bait you, and then they'll be the one to hit it last to get that percentage on you. So it's really important that you kind of like work around it and use it to your own advantage.
Yeah, knowing your percent windows on when you should take out the hydrant, as well as when they want to go and like get you to swing on it so they can punish you for it. Like, Colonies just really shut that down, and simplicity is so important against a matchup like Pac-Man, especially when they're so good at narrowing or attacking out a shield like that. You see how Colonies have really been able to shut it down.
Wow! Oh my god!
Okay, so it was just a down smash at the end.
I know, but that was kind of nuts.
That setup was so clean. Like, that's so frightening when you see your own item come back at you like that.
Yeah, man, it's just like that though. Colonies though, you know, gonna get this lead. Oh, with the bell. Oh, a little too short. I mean, I'm not sure the forward air would have sealed it anyways. Maybe he was trying to get a turner on when he went off stage for a back air. Yeah, nonetheless, Colonies still breathing on his first stock.
Yeah, I think Wise was just a little bit too off on the stun timing. You do get launched differently depending on how long you're in, like where your percent's at. Definitely was in the right position, so I think that we'll be seeing that setup definitely again as this continues.
Yeah, but right now, Wise having a hard time gonna take this first stock away. Colonies still pretty comfortable, even though at 140%. Gonna use the most he can on this last stock. You know, a good thing about, you know, owning on your stock is how much extra credit you can get, but Wise coming in clutch with that key, gonna catch Colonies lacking.
So look, this is where the damage comes in, man. Every time I see that, you deserve it.
It's literally like a game of ping pong. Yeah.
Go to the ledge while Pac-Man has Galaga. Look, it's not a ledge trap for you anymore. Just let them on, because you're every time you see Sinji or T pull off that 100 to 0% combo, it's usually there. So you want to respect that situation. But it seems like Y is starting to understand the patience that Colony's going for, but not that time. Colony's gonna read the jump and get the back air.
That was so clean. Again, this is another thing, you know, when Wolf's, you know, back turn to you, it can be really dangerous. That back air so strong, so dangerous, and Colony's using it to his full advantage. Gonna take that second stock, still looking real comfortable in taking this game one. And again, this is where the whole cat and mouse thing starts with the hydrant. That's all it is, you know, see who can, you know, bait the other person to, you know, being fooled and taking the damage for it.
Exactly. You want to try and like get that bait game. You saw that Wise waited for 2 hits of laser before going for the fair last time. He's starting to understand, like, okay, Colony's trying to like count the percent that works for him, so let me throw him off by waiting an extra second.
Yeah, that's literally all it is, and there it is. It's like a game of like a freaking ping pong. Like who's gonna hit it last? On which, with like both people on the opposite sides, and it's just, it can be really dangerous.
Oh, I love that route control. You saw the way that Wise was able to control it, just like force the low recovery with the apple, and then trying to go for that down and unable to cash out. But
yeah, but this again, you know, still looking real dangerous for Wise. Finds himself at 75% on the last stock. Colony's still on his second, although very dangerous percent that I might add. Still not looking the best. Oh, that back air could have definitely sealed it.
Yeah, definitely Colonies. Trying to look for maybe a jump out of the ledge there, but Colony's not getting it. Oh, seeing.
Classic
Wi-Fi. Okay.
Right,
we're cleaning it up. We're cleaning it up.
We're back. You know, that's bound to happen. You know, not all matches are going to be perfect, but you know, it is what it is. This is what we do. We're here for some Wi-Fi tournaments, you know, so a little lag is to be expected, but nonetheless, it didn't seem to be too much of a problem.
Yeah, luckily for Colony, still being up like a whole stock too, even not getting that ledge shot right there. Still in a pretty decent spot. Unfortunately, the forward smash into the hydrant's gonna finally take it out, but Wise has to play immaculately. Cannot really give up any free situations, because one of these straight backers, like you said, will definitely take it out.
With the up smash scoop. That
so
move's
good for like Pac-Man so actively want to be moving out of shield, and that up smash just covers that so well. Really good job. I actually really like the idea of Colonies going with the Wolf game 1 because it really was able to kind of shut down a lot of the defensive play that Wise was looking for.
Yeah, I feel like he just didn't want to make it a battle of projectiles because whether or not he's comfortable in, it's probably something that he just doesn't want to deal with in general. Because when you have to play like a certain way that doesn't, in a sense, like entertain you, you can kind of lose drive, throughout that game. And if he felt like Wolf was the better option, he went with it and it worked out. So we'll see what happens game 2. I'm pretty sure Colin's just gonna stay Wolf. No need to really change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right?
Exactly. Age-old saying, but it really is true. Like, especially when it comes to Smash, because you can have all the 80% combos in the world, but if somebody's constantly catching you on ledge get up or constantly catching you in a defensive, you're gonna lose. So yeah. it's about changing up. It's about changing up the neutral game, changing up that defense, and Colonies definitely was adjusting to all of the mid-game change-ups and timing that Wise was doing. And I'm really impressed by both players so far in this game 1. So let's see what happens here in game 2. No character switch.
No. We're probably just gonna stay switch. I feel like maybe Wise wanted some more platforms just so he has more options to kind of just run around and have Colonies guessing. But like I said, we won't find out until this game loads. So we'll see where we go. Yeah, alright, so we went to Smash 1. The last game was on Town and City, so I guess he opted for a more smaller stage to, diminish the recovery options that Wolf has and the movement that he can just run away from Pac-Man when it should be the other way around.
Yeah, because Pac-Man's stage counter picks, I know it's me saying straightforward, but really it's heavily dependent on what the matchup is.
Yeah.
Because you can't set up the same traps and play slow against the Wolf, so you need to go to a shorter stage like this to be able to box with them a bit more and kind of shut them down, because it's kind of similar to the way Snake would play. You want to have 2/3 control of the stage with your hydrant and your items, where they have to play just in the corner.
Pretty much. Like, he has to set up an obstacle course to give him as little room as possible. But right now, Colonies is literally just playing the runaway game. He's like, I'm not gonna approach you. Like, this may be early on, but I'm just gonna shoot my shot right now. Like, get away from me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fight you. Like,
just shut it down. It's like, nah, I'm not coming to you. You come to me. The first in the break is the one that ends up taking the most damage.
That's true.
But right now, it's dead even.
Yeah, man. I feel like Colonies is starting to break that gameplay right now. He's like, all right, I'm done shooting. Let's fight this out. With tendas, like real people. And right now, Colonies, it's working for me. He has a small % lead, but Wolf, like we said before, very dangerous character, has such strong options. Right now, it could be a real big problem for Wise, as we saw in that first game. Oh, but the poor recovery, gonna catch himself slipping. Colonies with a perfect punish on that.
Yeah, bouncing off the wall instead of snapping to the ledge. It's huge, and now Colonies trying to look for the falling up there as well. The extended damage.
Punish.
Oh, okay, good. All right. I like the aggro forward there. Yeah, because okay. So almost using the hydrant to get the push in, and that was nearly full. That was a few seconds of charge too, so that probably would have killed.
Yeah, very much so, man. I think people don't really pay attention to that when Pac-Mans are just charging force smash in front of a hydrant. They just see the character charging. They're like, what are you doing all the way back there? But then the water comes, brings them toward you, and you are ready for it.
Yeah, one of the things with Smash really is it's not about attacking where they are, it's about attacking where they're gonna be. But Pac-Man just changes it up in so many ways like that. Oh,
nice! Oh, no jump!
Anyways, no jump, but still able to make it just barely back.
Yeah, I feel like Wise didn't want to risk having to trade with Wolf Flash, because at that range he would have gotten spiked from it, able to still get Colonies off stage. Nice. Okay, nice. What a punish though from Wise, able to catch that high recovery from Colonies, and this % might not be looking right, but this is still anyone's game.
Yeah, exactly. I think what we saw out of Wise there too, anticipating the high recovery early, because Colonies was probably expecting them to go down, maybe throw out a fair or something. But oh wow, gonna get the grab on the drop down to platform, anticipating the approach down.
Okay, oh, that could have been a jab block, but Wise opting for a dash attack to kind of drive Colonies in the corner. Still not a bad option indeed, because when you're at a corner, lead or not, your options become limited. They can become obvious depending on how aware you are in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. You want to keep that as fresh as possible. Trying to look for the falling up air on the rolling to get some extended damage. Oh my god!
He's moving! He's playing basketball. What's going on?
Now we're seeing kind of similar to the way Colonies was kind of picking up the aggression, changing up the style. Wise doing the same thing, really trying to change up the pattern.
Oh,
no! The reflected Hydra is going to just delete that stock. Colonies up 2-1.
I don't think Wise thought that was gonna kill him.
Nah. I mean, like, it's reflected Hydra still hits so hard, but I think that he probably thought he was out of position to be able to just get far enough away to not get hit by it.
And it was just going so slow. You kind of just feel comfortable at that point, like, oh, I'll be alright. And then, boom, you're gone.
Don't fall asleep at the wheel.
For real, man. That's not these times. But right now, Colony. Oh, man.
Oh.
If he had just delayed that fastball fair by a hair,
that might have been a downer.
That would have been a downer, yeah, definitely. But right now, Colony's looking real comfortable right now. Looking to take this game and just move on in his bracket. Nice jump, though, from Wise. Gonna keep himself alive just a little bit longer. But Colony's just ready to seal this out.
Yeah, Colony's really just looking for that one mistake. Like, go ahead, throw that bell. I'm going to have a reflector ready for it, waiting. You see, just willing to stand back, throw that laser. There's just no point in approaching right now. You wait for that one mistake.
Just like, yeah, I got a lead. What am I approaching? You come to me. But I don't have to chase you. And that's one of the big things for Pac-Man is the fact that, you know, a lot of his gameplay revolves around whether or not, you know, their opponent will go for them, but that up smash out of shield, gonna catch Wise, and Colonies will move on 2-0. Clean 2-stop.
Yeah, beautifully played. You saw right there, Colonies wasn't really going for grabs at the end, kept waiting around shield to try and bait out a spot dodge, but Wise never given up. But a thing that he was able to set up because of that was how often he jumped, he moved over to the edge of that platform just far enough to bait out a chase nair and got the up smash. It really, like, it's just those small situations you think, okay, they're just being super aggressive, but really Colonies forced that situation to happen, and that was really well played. So Colonies gonna take it.
Yeah, man, that was nuts indeed. Colonies, like we said, man, a very strong player. Like, I mean, normally we would see the young Link, but the Wolf was clearly the better choice for that moment, for that matchup, and you know, it worked out for him. And he's gonna, you know, I'm expecting big things from him. Colonies, you know, he's a real good player.
Yeah.
Stationed down in Ohio, but we've seen him around in, you know, in offline events. You know, even at the offline collision that we had a year ago, he was there, and I'm pretty sure he placed in top 32. I could be wrong, but he was definitely there, and he did really well. So Colonies, you know, gonna move on.